Now is the time to destroy your enemies. The stone head contains magic that will aid you.
hello. Oh, that is loud. What is going on with my microphone? Hello, hello. How is everyone? And why is my microphone so loud? You know, I don't make any changes to my settings, but every time I load up the computer, it just does whatever the hell it wants to do. It's an absolute mare. Hello, folks. Yeah, we're alright. We're alright. We're quite alright. You guys let me know if the volume's too loud here, because I'm coming up red on me bar. Have a look at me settings. You pay someone to break your house and you know, I wouldn't put it past you, Titanic. You've got that kind of influence. Hey, thanks for the following. I can't read your name, but thank you. External input. Testing. Testing. I wonder if it's because it's... This used to be 90%, I think. Is that a bit better? Can you hear me okay? Oh yeah, the input's been... Alright, it must have been wavelength. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. Whatever. We're going to try and play some Populous today. It's very uncharacteristic of me, but we're going to try and do it. PP, you'll be green. No, the idea was revival. If we're going to play anything, it's going to be revival. We're not playing the default res. Get out of here, default res. How you doing, Adam? Dalrook was in there first. Anthony, how you doing? Alec Blichkin? Luna, hello, how you doing? Revival just so we can make boats on set. It's an idea. It's an idea. It's Friday night, guys. I've got me cider. I have just smashed open a chocolate egg. Easter egg. 4 ways. I think you can play Revival on any map now. I think there's a mod for it. Yeah, I got the Easter egg from work yesterday. Everyone in the office got one. So I quickly stole it and ran home. I'm alright, Luna. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm alright. I'll be better once this side is down me and we can get on with the Friday evening. Hello, James. Hey, Larissa. Zinker's still alive, yeah? Still alive and keeping Populous reincarnated and multiplayer up and running. Keeping it going, taking over. Oh. Well, you're here right now. You're here right now. I don't know what you mean. You're right here, Larissa. You're right here. Stick around. Enjoy the show. Have a gay old time, as they used to say. If anyone would like to play Populous Online Revival Mode, which means there are no restrictions, I'm in the top hut of the matchmaker and the password is the letter E. And this is number 1. I think he is, but I think for the first time ever, I think he's taken a break. He's taken a break from the game since, I think, December, I heard. For the first time ever, I think. Don't think he's ever taken a break. Which version's better to play offline? Yeah, the multiverse is much better. Alright, have a good stream, Larissa. Good stream. Have a good night. Thanks for the good luck on my stream. Yeah, if you're just playing single player, you just want to play the Multiverse launcher because it maintains a lot of what's to be loved about the original game, whereas the 1.5 version has a lot of changes towards multiplayer, and it still gets updates now and then, which can affect single player. Whereas the Multiverse, they're very similar updates, quality of life changes, features, very, very similar. It's almost the same thing. But the Multiverse is it's also a campaign manager, so you can swap between any campaign very easily. Hello, Kremler. Yeah, that is something I used to do as a kid, and I think that's probably something we have in common with many people who play this game, or played this game and have a lot of nostalgia for it, playing it as a kid. Hello, Div. Yeah, James, that's very accurate for the era that we played it. Yeah, nostalgia's huge. I had the PlayStation CD and the PC CD. Although, fella in the community who runs the server for the matchmaker, amongst other things, Teddy Mini, he's got possibly the biggest collection of Populous the Beginning goodies ever. He's got a Populous Beginning watch. I don't know where he got that from, but he's got one. Any settings in the Multiverse launcher that I recommend? To be honest, it comes with everything pretty much enabled.
Once again, you must face two tribes. Pay heed to this warning. You must crush the Matic, then deal with the greater threat of the Chumara.
Hey, buddy. Bro?
Hello, Sky. How you doing, mate? Hope your Friday's going well. Hope you're not having too much trouble at work if you are at work. You normally are at work. Thanks for the donation, matey. I'm alright. We're just winding into the evening. Multiverse settings, just make sure you set up your keybinds. You can open the menu in-game and change your keybinds to all sorts. Definitely something you should do. Put some spell keybinds on there. Shaman Select, definitely want to keybind that. Maybe to your side button of your mouse. Yeah, Pop has had a load of
Beware, Shaman.
Things.
Your enemy is launching an attack.
Oh, I appreciate that, Luna. I don't know what currency Z EI is, but I appreciate the donation very much. Thank you. If we don't get anyone to play the game with, we'll just we'll do single player, or we'll commentate a game perhaps. I do have some things I could test as well for the spell breakdown. Jimmy said, Jimmy, fix your tag. That's disgusting. The tag is disgusting. Yeah, Populous Anniversary is definitely a good start. You just finished Attack from All Sides, an Anniversary Edition is quite tough. If you've come straight from the original campaign and moved on to that, it can be quite a tough challenge. A source code obtained through a donation pool. I don't know how they got this. I don't think there was a donation pool. I'm fairly sure there was some kind of bank heist. Have you ever seen Fast and the Furious 5 film where they steal a safe from a police station and drive it out with the cars? And apparently the safe is attached to the cars. Because, you know, Fast and the Furious movie logic. I like to think of that as the Populous source code. And like, that's how it was taken. Is the t-shirt a sponsor? Or any sponsors? No, there were no sponsors made for Populous. The game is way too small to have any sponsorship. This is the football shirt. Hello, Juicy. Yeah, people still play it, believe it or not. Not many. Multiplayer scene is not particularly large, but but it's quite a few of you guys that do play single player. Which is, you know, which is good. Been playing Undiscovered Worlds is quite a fun little campaign. The official expansion. But there's a lot of single player campaigns now as well. So you hope we get to remake an Unreal Engine 5. That's a big ask. Oh, Sloth. Stop it, you're going to make me blush. Plausible, if someone's got the money, I suppose. What is COH? Yeah, Age of Mythology in the background. Big fan. That's crazy that someone with 10 to 50 viewers will get sponsorship. Surely people sponsor because they're going to get some sort of return of investment. I just can't imagine what you get from that. I'll take off the password, and then if anyone joins, they'll see we're playing Revival. If not, Jimmy, while you're here, you can help me do some testing for the spell breakdown. Want to remember where my spell breakdown script is. Yeah, you're right, Jimmy. I know. See you, Sky, buddy. Thanks again for popping by. Do I think Populous will go viral one day? No, I don't. I just hope in my later life I don't look back on my years of YouTube Populous content creation. Think, why did I do that? What a waste of time that was. I hope I look back and think, yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was good. Finally, I got me lunch off my teeth. Me dinner off my teeth. Do we want it to go viral? Good question. Probably. Depends what the effect of going viral would have on it. If it pays well, Titanic, I'm in. Do that spell tier list. We want to see you rating erosion. Is there a link? Like you see those tier lists on other YouTube videos occasionally. They've always got the same format, so there must be a website with tier lists on. Is there a one for Populous that's already been pre-made and it's got the spells and stuff on? It is, we can do it. In the meantime, me and Jimmy can quickly test some stuff. It's got to be Bloodlust, right? Isn't it? Everything's got to be on Bloodlust. Best map. Mods. Oh, you've actually sent one there, have you? Populous tier lists. Okay. I've even got Tree and Hill in there. Nice. Let's see if I can find a mod. Spit it! Spit it! I haven't connected to you, Jimmy. I like to think I'm not controversial, Chroma, but you never know. Obtaneous Pingius. Let's have a look. We're just testing. We're not recording. Oh, Christ. Jimmy, we have to go back. Blame Inca. It changed the audio output. I always forget. He's fixing, man. So, I'm just gonna read off a few things, and it should be straightforward to test. Honestly, I can probably test this just with, like, a computer, but we'll use Jimmy while he's here. I like to think I don't need to change anything. Right, let's have a look. All right. The music's very quiet. Yeah, it's a fair point, Jimmy. I didn't put the restrictions on. Oh, for God's sake. That should be okay. I think I can still use the spell. Let's find out. Yeah. Alright, we still use it. I just need to turn on me keybind program because Q doesn't work without it. Right. So, first question. Oh, magical shield does not repel some You know what, I tell you what, Jimmy, yeah, you're right, we'll do this. We'll quickly... We'll start the game with all the restrictions on. Sorry, Jimmy. Make sure it changed me output. I think I'll have Jimmy cast the spells and do the tests. Can you see all the ratings on there, can you? Revival spells spectrum. Okay, I don't know. Let's go again. Right. Okay, I am the game master. There's no wheel. Restrictions should be everything on. There's a way to just turn everything on, right? There we go. That's a global restrictions. Is this one again a wheel effect? That should be fine. Right, okay, so the next spell breakdown that we will be making and uploading eventually on the channel is of the spell magical shield. There's a few facts I need to find out before I do finish the script. So let's have a look. Jimmy's here in red. We're going to give Jimmy... We're going to give him full spells. So you should have full spells now, Jimmy. If you got full spells now, just nod. And blue men. There's the nod. Okay, so we put a brave in. And we'll give this brave magical shield. Okay, so the first thing, Jimmy, is we want to find out which spells are not repelled by magical shield. So you just go through and cast them, and we'll see which ones aren't dispelled. Which ones reflect essentially. So I know there'll be ones that you. So convert doesn't reflect. Blast does reflect. Doesn't really do much. Swarm obviously reflects. Ghost doesn't, so Ghost does land on the spot. Yeah, lightning bounces off. Lambridge doesn't repel. What was that? What did you just cast? We know Swamp. Okay, Swamp doesn't repel. Swamp is the counter. What was the one you just cast prior to that? That was an incantation I wasn't familiar with. What was that? That's the sound from Magical Shield. What? What are you talking about? Do it again. 1.5 Magical Shield. Again? Okay, so there's a new Magical Shield incantation for 1.5. What the hell? I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Alright, so I think Tornado bounced. Hypnotize won't bounce, but we'll try it again. Hello, Abner. Yeah, Hypnotize just straight out just wrecks it. Let's put another Brave in there. Alright, so will they road bounce or flatten? This is the question. No, erode does not reflect. So it seems to be the ones that like target units in particular seem to do the work. Flatten? No. Yeah, that one doesn't. That was bound to happen. The way earthquakes work, if there's ever a spell breakdown for the for the earthquake, it's gonna be I don't know how you're gonna figure that out, because earthquake just seems to want people to sink. Right, firestorm is it? It doesn't repel, but it shouldn't harm him because he's got magic. That answers a question later on anyway. F is my blast, yeah. I imagine Angel of the Death won't. No, nothing repelling. Let's see if I can delete the volcano as well. Let's see if I can delete this. I guess you can't delete... Spin its shadow. Oh, there we go. What about the huts? How, oh, there we go. So I can delete buildings as the game master. That's pretty cool. That's like the ultimate one, isn't it? You can just delete everything. Alright, so we found out... we found out which ones are repelled. So like the shaman, I can just be like... I can just delete the shaman. Of course, I can just bring her back. There she is. Right. Okay, so the next question is, do spells land if the units are also invisible? So... So we're going to have our blue person. He's going to be magical shield. So, Jimmy, watch where he is. Get your cursor there ready. Hypnotize, or whatever. Do spells... Or no, just lightning. Just get your lightning ready. Or your blast, that's fine. And once I make it invisible, will it still repel? No, it doesn't. It doesn't kill him. Oh, it does. There we go. Hello, Brody. Long time no see, buddy. Okay, so when invisible, it still repels, but obviously there's no direct connection. But if it does connect with a shield, it will repel. But you're less safe because they can't click the person, they can only click the tile area. You can cast spells at their feet to kill. We know this. Lightning does no damage, we know that because... because we've just seen it happen. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, and then light. So I'm gonna put magical shield on just as he casts the lightning. We'll see what happens. You love how tornado picks up storms. I know it's good. Oh, I must have put... Did I do it on too quick? That doesn't really test it. Alright, just try light them. Try light underneath.
Beware, shaman. Your enemy is launching an attack.
This is true God mode. Makes level 25 look like the tutorial.
Cheers, James. Appreciate the donation, my man. Thank you very much, mate. Yes, this is proper God mode. You can do all sorts. Needs more mana. Red needs more mana. Let's give him full spells again. There we go. And to ensure he has got enough mana generation, let's give him an army of braves to keep them moving. Right, so if he can just lightning under here, we can see if it does any damage. We know it doesn't do any damage, but I don't know if he can sort of... Yeah, so 886 health, does no damage. No damage at all. Alright, perfect. And tornado won't pick them up, so if you cast a tornado, Jimmy, and I'll just run into it and we'll see if it picks them up. So magical shield just prevents units from actually going in the tornado. And there was no firestorm damage, is there, Jimmy? Just to reiterate that one again. Magical shield prevents you from taking any sort of magical damage from It's just such a powerful spell, Magic Shield. It's insane. It's insane. Oh. Nice, Magic Shield's just one off. But swarm damages. I haven't written that one down, but we'll check. Swarm damages. Oh, my person's died. Just bring another one back. Go on then. Put a swarm down next to him, Jimmy, and we'll check if his health goes down. So 993. Still 993. Still 993. This isn't going to be good if he gets hit by the men. Hasn't gone down at all for most swarms. Just makes them run away scared. Interesting. So protects them from swarm damage as well, which is a bit nutty, really. Yeah, doesn't affect him at all. This brave spawn we need the maximum possible health as well. Does swamp kill Brecker? Yeah, swamp does kill. It even doesn't get repelled by the shield either. Of course, if you lava still kills them, Jimmy. So can you make some lava? This'll make some lava, won't it? What about fall damage? I haven't got fall damage written down. We'll check that. Good job on doing this on stream, actually. I'm getting all sorts of good information. So, does the lava still kill Magic Shielded Man? Yes, it does. He is dead. Dead! Right, let's test the fall damage. And how do we check fall damage? Yeah, get your fire warriors ready. I'll tell you what, I'll give you some. Give you a few more. And then you can blast my man. So we can make him fall. So 804 health. Now the magical shield, it repels the person. 804. So he didn't take any damage there. Okay, he's took a bit hit there. No damage at all from that fall. So if I move up the... I'll go on the volcano, Jimmy. And you blast me down. So I've got my guy up there. Now, got this guy on top of the volcano. If you can blast him off, I will see if he takes any damage from the top of the hill. Yeah, there's no fall damage even with magical shield on. That is crazy. Yeah, could do that, James, but I think it is Zoe. Hello, Zoe. How are you doing? Yes, up. This guy's got 810 health. There he goes. Oh yeah, fall damage taken. Confirmed. Fall damage taken. He almost died. Yeah, fall damage taken. Angel of Death still kills. No, we'll get to that shortly, Brecky. We'll get to that shortly. It's on my little notepad. Thanks for the suggestion, though. Right, Jimmy, just to confirm, you cast Magical Shield on your Shaman. It won't work, right? Nope, doesn't work. However, because things are interesting these days, with me being a god, I can actually cast it on her. I think. Oh, it hasn't worked. Oh, no, it doesn't work. I thought I could. Not bacon. Sorry, Divinity. That was a massive insult. Divinity, I thought you made it so Magical Shield could be cast on Shamans on this. Hello, Terry. We were just talking about you about 20 minutes ago, about your massive Populous memorabilia collection. Good to see you. Bottom effect. Let's have a look. Ah, there we are. Shield Shaman. There it is. There we go. Magical Shield Shaman. Now, does it block like my effects as a god? It does. Look at that. I can't even blast her. Whereas I can blast these, but I can't blast the Shaman. So if I cast me lightning, it's not going to do anything. So Magical Shield even protects from like the god. How strong is Magical Shield? Wow. Doesn't save her from the delete button. You can just delete her. Get out of the game. What's my Shaman doing? Oh, she's coming to try and blast. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. What's the next one? Spells rebound unlimited times. Right. Jimmy, I'm going to ally you, but do not ally me. I just need to make some land. Oh, broke the game. Shit. Bug. It broke. Divinity, do you want to clip that? And have a look back at that, what just happened? Because that's a bug for you. We'll have to restart the game. We've lost our ability to be game master. Well, we'll just restart. Should be no problem. That's good testing so far. Good testing. If you guys think of anything else that Magical Shield might be able to do, you want to see, I'll let you know. See if we can do it. Sorry guys, I thought I'd changed the scene. It hasn't worked, but we're here anyway. Just gave you a black screen for a few minutes. Blue wheel off. Restrictions all on. We'll go again. So the effect was raise land I used, didn't I? I went to raise land. Should we try it again? Nah, it's bugged. So raised land is bugged. Okay. Okay, we've tested. Testing has occurred. Can't raise land at the minute. So we're testing, we're finding bugs, we're solving, and we're also doing research for a spell breakdown. What an evening! What an evening! Bloodlust with Magical Shield, do you mean, Zoe? I'll put Bloodlust on. Once I find it. Like, does it repel it when you cast it? Is that what you mean? Or do they stack? What about raising land from the coast, then dragging the mouse to the sea? Not sure I follow there, Dalrook. Does it protect the map triggered spells as well? I guess they'd be the same as god ones. Oh, you mean like the random lightnings that... Yeah, you mentioned that, didn't you? I imagine it would, to be honest. Titanic, yeah. Hello, Sani MC. Right, I'll tell you, we'll just bring... We will bring... So I'll ally, but you don't ally me. I will bring Red Shaman. So if I just go to Effect and then cast Teleport, his Shaman will teleport here. And then we're going to surround him with Preachers. And they should all run. They shouldn't attack, and they should all run to certain, like, tiles. Actually, no, that's wrong. What am I doing? This is irrelevant. Don't need my own. Don't even need to ally him. What am I doing? Just make red preachers. Preachers. So this one is an interesting one, so... What we're going to do is have a load of preachers that act as like the tiles. We kind of want every tile covered. Now, it's not really something we can test. We'd have to cover the entire map to test this accurately, but I have seen Divinity do this anyway, and the spells will rebound multiple times. Actually, no, I've just made a mistake, I think. I think it was meant to be mine. Whatever. If I bring my Shaman over, I can test it. So actually, Jimmy, if you ally me... I did. So if I bring my Shaman over... Oh, Christ. Didn't mean to do that. So... Let's do this quickly. If I cast Magical Shield, it should repel indefinitely. Now, obviously we have a boundary here, but if you cast it... That's the wrong one. Any spell. I'm an idiot. Cast a spell. And it'll blast. So... It'll just travel... Oh, for God's sake, Craig, use the right spells. It will just keep repelling. Now, if the entire globe... Like, if the entire globe is covered in men... Well, those guys aren't protected. But if the entire globe is covered in magical shielded men, it will just keep repelling all around. You can see it sort of traveling there. We've got a lot of magical shielded, unmagical shielded men here, which it's sort of ricochet enough. So you cast it, and if you watch it, it just bounces off everyone. And if the entire map is covered in magical shielded troops, the spell will rebound indefinitely. I'm not sure what the best way to test that is. How did you test that, Divinity, when you did it? Eventually you would find one guy without a shield. That's a good point, actually, yeah. Raise land to see if the bug is because you're raising it on water. Dalruk, remind me. We'll do that at the end so I don't have to restart the game. Where would the tornado start if every square was filled? It wouldn't. It wouldn't start. It would just keep rebounding. It would just keep hitting off every unit. So it happened to go over there again. So it's over there that time. Right, so yes. So I've written one down here that says rebound 8 tiles. Hello, Conqueror. Does this work on allied troops? You can't magical shield your allies, if that's what you mean. Vatican Stream? No, preachers are the best things to use to test here because they always take up... they don't stack on top of each other, so they always take up another tile. What did you just stumble on? Yeah, we're testing magical shield, baby. Rebound 8 tiles. It must always rebound 8 tiles? Is that right? So let's put my person over here, Jimmy. Yeah, we'll bring his shaman over. And we will magical shield my man. So how do we check an 8 tile range? So that's what I think I'm testing here, is it bounces 8 tiles away from the person, is what I'm thinking. So if we put, like, I don't know, some scenery? Wood pile? So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's an 8 tile distance. So any spell you hit, it's gonna land like here, but in like a 360 degree angle. So if you want to just cast something, Jimmy, we'll see if it, until you get one that eventually comes on this side, we'll be able to figure it out. That looks accurate. See, that feels like it's 8 tiles to me. Oh, it's just flat out refusing to come to this side. I wonder if it would burn the wood. Would it burn the wood? It would, because I think that's how it works. The spell still functions correctly. Yes, it would burn wood. There's Tyler. Make a circle of shield. Does it never go straight back to the caster? Yeah, I'm sure it must. It refuses to come this way, though. So you could be onto something, I think. I don't know what you mean by circle of shield. Oh, he's lost his magical shield. Okay, well, I think that confirms to me that there's an 8 tile distance. Try a lightning, see if it goes to 6. I suppose that's in the interest of testing, yeah. Let me cast the magical shield. Go on then, Jimmy. Do a lightning this time. Yeah, it seems to be the same. I think that confirms it for me, guys. I'm happy with that. Have you got a bloodlust? Oh, you won't have the bloodlust because you have to worship it, don't you? Oh, that's silly. Worship the bloodlust there, Jimmy. We can cast that on the magical shield later. So I've got a list of magical spell repels certain spells. It is affected by certain spells. It's not affected by certain spells. It doesn't prevent certain spells. I can deal with that. What is the max followers to be shielded? So unlike... You can get like 60 ghost armies, can't you? And then it starts disappearing. So, let's say red here has an absolute army of braves. We're going to keep filling red up with mana. So let's see how many he can actually... Let's see if there's a limit to magical shielded troops, like there is a limit to other spells. I don't know, Dalbrook. So it would appear that there is no limit to how many men you can have shielded at the same time. Other than your game engine, because right now I can feel it lagging a little bit. Jesus. Yeah, it always shields 6. 6 maximum. Oh, well, there we go. That proves that as the game slugs away. So, which would mean for, like, blue, if I was to cast Ghost Army, I could only cast this 10 times before they start disappearing. So if I cast one more, they should start disappearing. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good to know. I guess that's the same for invisibility as well. Don't think we tested that, because why would you? Just out of curiosity, Jimmy, cast invisibility on your men. See how many you can make invisible. I don't think I have a favourite spell, by the way. I don't know what my favourite spell would be, but it looks like, again, invisible, you can just keep casting it. As long as you got the mana, you can keep casting it. I suppose the game assumes you'll never have that kind of mana generation. which is fairly accurate. How does it choose which ones to shield if they're all equally close, such as guarding the shaman? Oh, I don't know. Is there a magical shield preference? Is that what you're saying? I'll write it down. You presume Hypnotize has no limit either? Probably not. I can probably test that out. Once I can find it. I would say no. $192 men hypnotized right there. Look at all those invisible men. Can you shield hypnode people? Oh, Jesus. Get them back. Get them back. Take them all. I suppose I can put my amount up to 10 here. This is 10 hypnos cast at the same time, so that's 60 men to be hypnode. So, can you shield hypnode people? No. You cannot shield hypnotized people. That's interesting. Hypnotized followers cannot be shielded. Thank you for that one, Divinity. Another one for the fact. Can you preach magical shielded men? Yeah. Definitely can do that. Alright, let's test training magical shielded people. What happens? So let's give Jimmy a training hut. Let's make it a fire warrior training hut. Let's give him a red, I don't know, spy. We'll magical shield it. And then I'll go train, and we'll see if he still has magical shield after he gets trained. He's going in the scenic route to the building. He loses magical shield. Does the shield still work when he's in the building? Ah, I've got that one on the list. You'll see. We'll check that one. We'll check that one. So he loses the shield. Loses the shield. What was that question there, Tyler? What happens when you shield a spy disguised of a different player? So let's say I've got a blue spy. Okay. We're going to make him red. And then Jimmy. What if he casts magical shield on it? Let's bring his shaman over. No magical shield. Now what if I cast magical shield on it? It's the red magical shield. So if he's red now, and we make him go back to blue, the shield changes colour. So the shield will change colour with the tribe. That's interesting as well. So spy shield changes colour. Spies are talented, aren't they? They're talented. That's pretty good, isn't it? Alright. Magical shield in towers. Does it work the same? So, let's test that out. Let's give red some towers. And let's put his units in it. Fire warriors, of course. Magical shield them up. And then if I just bring my shaman over, I'll do the casting. What happens? It bounces off. So I presume it's the same for all the spells. Whereas a swamp would still get the kill. Now, is that the same for a hut? I don't know why it's doing the land thing, Divinity. That didn't normally happen when you create a unit. It doesn't normally make this land boom, like a boom. That's not normal. So he's putting the men in there, that's good. Now we're going to test again. Give myself full spells here. So we've got fire warriors in here. It's all lands for alright, okay. Well, it didn't bounce. It didn't bounce there. Okay. So if you're not directly hitting them, it picks them up. I don't know if anyone was in there. Yeah, if they peek out the hut, I imagine that would be right, Dalric. But with him just sitting in there, doesn't seem to have any effect. Now, what if these are getting trained? As Titanic was just asking before, they're getting trained in there. That bounced off. That one didn't, though. So if they're coming in and out of a building, it'll bounce off. But if they're in the building, it seems it'll still damage it. You can cast Tornado in a magical shielded tower if you click close but not directly. Yeah, so like under the tile. Yeah. Interesting. Can you kill a Wildman with a ricocheted spell? Does Swarm force them out? Yeah, Swarm will force them out. Wildman, yes, can get... Ricocheted spells basically act the same. Wherever they land, they do the same thing as they would have done where they were originally planned to land. So, yeah, the buildings aren't protected by magically shielded units. But because the towers are just one tile, I guess that's why that works. Yeah, I think that's right, Dalric. Alright, this was asked earlier. Does Angel of Death eat magical shielded men? I'm fairly sure they do, because I think we saw it a little earlier, but I will allow Jimmy to do the honours. We'll give him lots of lunch. So let me... That was not what I meant to do. That was the wrong thing. Person brave. So those are my ghosts from earlier. So... We'll magical shield these guys. And then we'll give Jimmy Angel of Death mana. And we'll see... You can just spam them now. I'll give him the mana every time he casts one. And he's getting picked up. And he gets thrown out. And he dies. Yeah, so magical shielded troops are not safe from the mighty Angel of Death. Bloodless people are the ones that survive. Yeah, because they got more health, is that right? How many fireworks you need to keep an Angel of the Death at bay? Not too many, surprisingly. If you get them firing in a certain rhythm, they can keep it back in perpetuity. Do magical shielded followers take proximity damage? So I'm gonna guess no. But Jimmy, if you want to cast Blast at my man down there, just to the side of him, and see if you can do damage. Yeah, he's not taking any damage. So normally you cast a blast next to a unit, it takes like splash damage. But it's not taking any at all. Do shielded units transfer to Armageddon? Good question. I'll write that one down. Not pushed either, Daruk, no. So is there a magical shield preference? How do we test a magical shield preference? How do you test if a unit gets preference when it's like 6 at once? Well, suppose we'll do this. Well, yeah, so I'm thinking Daruk. So 3 Braves, 3 warriors. Fire warriors. Preachers. Spy. Do you just patrol them on the spot, Jimmy? Because obviously those preachers are spread. Just have them all patrol in one spot and then shield them and then see what you get. Alright, what do we got? Brave, brave, warrior, brave, fire warrior. To me, that seems random as anything. It's just a bit of everything, isn't there? There'll be a spy in there, I'm sure. Oh, hang on, is it one of each? Can't be one of each, can it? 6. No, I think it's random. Hello, Alice. Yeah, I think it's random. I don't know the best way to definitively prove what's what. Like, give him 6. 6 of each. So just group all those, Jimmy. And then I don't know, cast it 3 times or 4 times, and we'll see what we get. Right, what's shielded? Or rather, what's not shielded? To me, that seems random. Yeah, that's random. Alright, I think. Unless anyone can think of anything else besides the Armageddon one, I think that's all we need to test. I think that's all she wrote. Vehicles? I think everything behaves the same in a vehicle, doesn't it? Like a red balloon or a red boat. That's not a boat. You put the men in there. Some spells are less accurate from a boat. I know what you mean. Yeah. When you autocast, it's like everything's a bit weirder when you autocast. Oh, there we go. I like that. Can you blast your own boat? Yes. Can I blast his boat? Yes. Can I blast the balloon? Can't blast the balloon. I can blast the shim. Doesn't really do much. Why does the blast not seem to be right? Feels like I've got a simple blast. Yeah, is the blast broken, Divinity? Because the blast is normally a normal blast, but it's just like a simple blast. Let's go to that time. Oh, there we go. It's working now. I think everything else works the same. So if I was to lightning this, it wouldn't work. If I was to lightning with my actual shaman, it would just bounce off. If a tornado under it, bounces off. So even if you click under it now, obviously a swamp, not going to kill them. Cast the swarm, it'll bounce off. So everything seems to work functionally the same. Yeah, so do shielded units remain shielded in an Armageddon? This will be a chaotic Armageddon. Jimmy, can you bring all of your men? I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can just kill them all. Kill as many men as I can. Just bring them all to one area and I'll kill them all. And then we'll try and whittle down our own men just so we have a less complicated Armageddon. We'll do some... We'll do lava. Lava flow is the best killer besides the kill thing. I don't want to kill all the men, we need to keep some alive. Or at least keep your shaman alive. I'll move your shaman away. And then we can respawn anything. So we'll go for the lava flow. Lava flow just creates loads of lava. That's how it was. So there goes all those men. The power of lava. Right. Where are my men at? It's coming. Lava's coming. Get out of there. Get out of there, man. It's just avoiding them completely. Oh. Alright. Insta-kill. Lovely, right, so let's go. I don't mind about the huts. Well, I suppose we can get rid of the huts. What's your shaman though, Jimmy? Don't know where she's at. Nice. So we'll go 10 red warriors against 10 blue warriors. And then we'll magical shield them up. And then we will cast an Armageddon. And we'll see if they carry over. So, no. Magical Shield does not carry over to the Armageddon. Which makes sense, because of all the years of playing, I've never seen Magical Shielded men appear in an Armageddon, and you would have thought it would have happened. If shielded enemy units are on your COR when the shaman respawns, is there any difference? So normally the men run away, right? Oh, we've got to test something else out now. Where was that a minute ago, Sloth? COR effect MS units. Quickly back in, please, Jimbo, if you don't mind. We'll have a look. We didn't test the Populous either, did we? That's fine. Ah, put the wheel on. The wheel's spinning! It's spinning! Kills all Shamans. Alright. Well, it actually kind of works, Jimmy, because when the Shaman comes back, we'll test the magical shield. So if you want to move your men out the way. Yeah, that's the Wheel of Doom. In progress right there. All planned. So, these are my men in the red COR. Will the Shaman... Yes. They will run away scared when the Shaman respawns, even with magical shield. And there we go. But no damage. Do they not? Is there normally damage? Is there normally damage? Wow. That was tough. Let's find out when the Shaman comes back. She's got 797 health. Oh, the wheel's spinning. The wheel's spinning. Oh yeah, a lot of health. Over half health from that. That was a huge amount of health. So Magical Shield prevents the damage from the COR. But they still get feared. So it's like Swarm, essentially. Swarm doesn't damage them, but makes them feared still. Well, that's interesting. We've learned a lot. We have learned a lot. A lot has been learned. Alright. Cheers, Jimmy! To the pub! My back's killing me, guys. I thought this chair was meant to help me, but my back is absolutely killing me. Oh. Does magic shield prevent back pain? No. It doesn't. What's going on with that number on the top of the street? Jesus, it's gone wild. Well, Jimmy, it looks like there's not much revival content to be had tonight, but I appreciate all the testing. Very helpful. Ding. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I know Itanic, but I still haven't found that position, apparently. I thought I had, but apparently not. Has anyone got any suggestions of what they'd like to see? That was an interesting little fact-finding adventure run there. Why you said that, bro? We can play. Just ask. Well, I want to play Revival Doom. Do you want to play Revival? The actual Populous campaign? We finished the actual Populous campaign. Single player on really hard one. You mean with a wheel? Oh, not War for Survival. That level was bugged. Oh yeah, we got past level 7. We beat level 7 eventually, Titanic. Bring back War for Survival. Why would you do such a thing? Well, I edited that video, so it will be released. It's scheduled for release whenever, a few months I think, but I made it available to YouTube members to have a look at. A rerun of the single player campaign against human opponents. We've done that twice, technically. I did it once originally, and then we did it again as part of some like tournament, and I got to level 14, I think, and then the tournament sort of fizzled out. Tar Desert, but against Bacon's Bikini. No, we've just got the one Cope campaign. They did say like 4 or 5 years ago, or whatever it was, that they were making another one, but it's obviously on the back burner. Just PM, you like to play Revival. Alright, Doom, will do. Are you Doom in the... You must be D-Doom, are you? Okay. I will do. Enjoy the gym. See you in a bit, buddy. I'll tell you what, I'll go get another cider, because my back's killing me, and alcohol always cures back pain. It's doctor prescribed. I'll also get some painkillers as well. And then we'll come back, and we will figure out what we're going to do for this Friday Eve of Populous content. If there's a game to watch, we might do that. If it's going to be Populous single player, it might be that. Maybe. Hello. I'll have to give you a little pre-warning here, folks, that if my back doesn't get any better within the next, like, 5-10 minutes, I might have to call it, because I'm struggling! I'm struggling! I've always had back pain, some of you might know. It's just particularly bad the last couple of weeks, to be fair. So we'll see if this cider and painkiller eases things. Oh, at least the cider makes me feel better. Right. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm gonna look in the matchmaking to see what's been hosted. There's a game of 6-player 4 walls. It sounds wild. 1.5. Atlanti Center. What the hell's that? Devil Worlds is straightforward, yes. Devil Worlds is simple. We could do Devil Worlds. I'm sure I had something in my mind that I could also do as well, but also my back's getting worse. My memory's getting worse. Is this age? What is this age thing that's occurring? Secretly 78. I use a lot of moisturizer for this youthful appearance. I just can't hide my back pains, unfortunately. I don't really want. I could join that 4 walls game, but I know what's going to happen. It's going to just be spam, and it's not particularly entertaining. There's not many on tonight. It's a Friday night. There's 25 people in the matchmaker. That's actually quite abysmal for a Friday evening. I suppose the Saturdays are the busy ones, so the Americans are on potentially during the day. More EQ than IQ. I've never heard that one. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, Derek. It's pretty good. I'm trying. I did have something in mind that if they couldn't get a game, I would do something. But for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So the anniversary with the wheel that you mentioned earlier, Titanic, we will do that again on another stream. But that's like a full stream event. That's got like the big jug of booze. Tier list. I don't think that was it, but we do have the tier list. I have a feeling about this. Never done a tier list before. You guys might have to help me out here. You're supposed to be working at them. Is that visible enough, or do I zoom in? Right. Spell tier list. I've never... you were saying, like, is there a way to see what people have voted on before? Oh, okay, here. What was it going to spell tier lists? I thought that was like... Revival, Spells, Spectrum. Tornado S tier. Hello, Reese. So... Alright, we'll do it. We'll go for the easy option that seems to just be so simple. Just everyone loves a good tier list, apparently. Do we go left to right? Left to right, or right to left? Do we go mana from least mana to most mana? Middle outwards? What do these little cogs do? Okay, they're just the... So we've got S, A, B, C, and D. God, let's make an algorithm for what we choose. Do we need any more tiers? E, F? You add a row below. New. You can call it what? Alright. So why is it going off? What? So you just call this like the bin. That's the bin. Bin it. Useless. Chuck it in the bin. Cess tier. Erode should be an exclusive tier above us. Where is Erode? We'll get to reward that at the end. I suppose we can just reorganize this, actually, can't we? Alright, this is the test of populous knowledge, guys. This is the test of populous knowledge. Can you remember the mana order? You guys sing it with me, alright? You shout out when I make a mistake. That was meant to be Lambridge, not Erode. Sorry. Why is EOD up there? Get out of there. It's a test of knowledge, isn't it? Oh, we've missed our Ghost Army. We already made a mistake. We were going single player only, weren't we? Oh, what comes after Swamp? It's got to be Flatten, right? And then, of course, it's the very underpowered Earthquake, followed by Erode, Firestorm, Angel of Death, Volcano, the mighty guest spells, and then these stupid things. What's the one before Wasps? That is Ghost Army, a multiplayer only spell. Hello, Jordan, by the way. Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. How does this work? I don't know, Adam. We're just winging it. So it's just controversial, isn't it? It's just going to be controversial. You're going to try and figure it out. Like, S tier is the best, right? A tier is second best, and so on. Quality of the incantations? Yes. Right, there we go then. What makes a good spell? Is it a combination of the mana cost? What it does, obviously. How useful it is. The incantation. How when you unlock it on single player, for example. Perhaps, like, you think Angel of Death is an amazing spell, but you only use it for, like, 4 levels, so it's like, is it really that good? Range. Yeah, I wasn't going to include range because I didn't think that was too appropriate, but range, convert, S tier. If you think something is utter shit, then you choke it at the bottom. Alright, let's do it. How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about that, Daruk? What are your thoughts? You enjoyed my full game speed run? Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it? The mighty road sitting in the bin. Oh. The fact that it comes after Earthquake is just not on. It's too powerful. It has to stay in the bin. Alright. Let's go then. So, first up is Blast. Blast. The spell which is just unanimous with the Shaman. Unanimous? It's not the right word. Synonymous with the Shaman. I feel like it's an S tier spell. It's very overpowered. But it gets overlooked because it is that synonymous. Without it, it's like you're not even playing Populous. But you have it so often, I think you forget that it's actually a spell and it's not just part of the Shaman's base abilities or whatever. D tier? The PC or PS1 Blast. It's countered by Magical Shield. It's a good point. We didn't think about the Magical Shield counters. It is countered by Magical Shield. It's also not as good as a Lightning. Okay? It's very cheap. Very cheap. Easy to use. Doesn't kill like a Lightning does. Doesn't even create lava. S if you're good at micro. If you could bring one offensive spell, it would be the Blast. Yeah, that's because of the mana cost, right? For its mana cost versus what it does, it outshines nearly everything else. Probably just everything else. Easy. It's got to be S tier then, right? Has it got to be S tier? It's got to be S tier then. I mean, you can't go without it. It's just the. I think if you were to choose any spell to have out of everything, you would choose Blast. Only an A to Jimmy. Only an A to Jimmy. Looks like we're going to ask Jimmy. Convert. Convert. Early game on a map with a lot of wildmen. S tier, isn't it? Easy. It's which spell do you turn off at the beginning of a level in favor of Convert? It's Blast. So technically, start of a game, everyone starts a game of Populous. This is their tier. In fact, this is how everyone starts a game of Populous. They turn off Blast and they charge as much convert as possible, which means it's just the best spell in the game for like a minute. At which point you get the Wild Men, and you're like, all right, well, I need me blast now, and it goes in the bin. You know, so once it's served its usefulness, it goes in the bin. But it can't be in the bin of tier lists because it is a crucial spell. Without it, you would lose within the first few minutes because your opponents are going to be 5 times as big as you. So, and it's also a very cheap spell, and you can use it to animation cancel and things like that later in the game. I think, yes, Dalrug, if Wildmen do respawn, it comes back into play. I think it's a huge spell, but it doesn't... Everyone's going to use it for the same purpose, and once it's used, it's no longer relevant. So for that, I'm going to go B tier. Well, yeah, it does have a big range as well. Its range is phenomenal. Does its range put it into the A tier? Just because I've... And it's got radius, and it sounds cool, and it's Tsunama. Yeah, A tier. Sold it. I've sold it to myself. Sold it to myself. Sold it. Ghost Army. Depends on the player, doesn't it? This is multiplayer only. You don't see this in single player. AI doesn't have a clue what to do with a Ghost Army. Very cheap. Serves a great purpose. Good for getting through a defense. Also good for confusing your enemy. Maybe for overplaying your hand. Hey Cabal, how you doing? A. If this tier list ends out being like all of the spells that are unlocked for multiplayer are the S and A's and everything else is turned off, we'll be laughing, but it won't be because we've got like Swamp and whatnot to come. You think it's an A tier for Ghost Army? I think when it comes to a spell, I think it's A. I mean, its usefulness is up there. But it's not scary, is it? It's not scary. And the incantation isn't good. It's not a good incantation. That could be the worst incantation in the game. You know what I mean? Just put it out there. It could be the worst incantation in the game. Exactly. Gillette. The best a man can get. Ghost Army. No. Swarm. Bloodlust the worst incantation. Honestly, I think we'll get to that. We'll get to the next one. Is the worst incantation. So Swarm, a very useful spell. I think it's an easy A tier. You use it for all sorts. Defense, offense. It's a great spell. Cheap. Has a nice incantation. Good range. Now, invisibility. Invisibility has the worst incantation in the game. Now, hear me out. The reason it's the worst incantation, as opposed to something like Bloodlust or Magical Shield, which don't really have incantations, is that she says it. So, of all the spells to have no incantation on, it would be invisibility. Because you can hear when the enemy shaman is casting invisibility, so now you know there are invisible troops So that's what I'm saying. Invisibility as an incantation is the only one, I think, that shouldn't actually have an incantation if you were going to be accurate with that. I'm not saying it shouldn't have one, but if anything shouldn't have one, it should be this one, not like Magical Shield. I don't know why they chose Magical Shield to have no incantation and this one to have one. Could have been an easy switch. In terms of usability, I don't think invisibility in this game is that good. The shaman whispers it. I don't think she does. I don't think she does. Oh, I'll be back. Invis, I'm I don't think it's that good. I'm going D. Guys, I'm thinking D. Even when I'm playing on a single player level and I have invisibility available to me and not many other options, I don't bother with it. Because as soon as they break invisibility, they're just a normal unit. Obviously. And there's not many times you can really capitalize on that without the use of maybe another spell like Magical Shield to go with it. I don't know. Change my mind, guys. Change my mind. Is invisibility a better spell than a D? Is it that good of a spell? Really? 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 Invisible spies and preachers? Yep. They are things. But you could send in invisible preachers and you might convert a few braves before they get stopped. Whereas you could just charge Magical Shield or something else, you know what I mean? Yeah, it has got them niche applications like worshipping and not being able to be stopped. It's good. But I'm going D. I don't think it's very useful. You haven't changed your mind. No one's tried to change your mind. Magical Shield, S tier. Come on, we've just done an entire video of us looking at it and seeing how broken it is. There should be a tier above. In fact, it's the Magical Shield tier. There is no spell in the game that is as cheap, as powerful, has a capacity of 4, versatile, counter, has barely any counters itself. Magical Shield it doesn't reflect flatten. Bin it, stick it in the bin. Doesn't beat flatten. Would you rather just have Magical Shield or just have Blast? Well, there's the question, Titanic. If you've got Magical Shield and lots of troops, and your opponent's got Blast and lots of troops, which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose Magical Shield because you can Magical Shield all your troops, and that Blast does nothing to your troops, and you win the game. So, I think that in itself right there has answered your question. Magical Shield. It's got its own tier. It's got its own tier. Land Bridge. Now this is the best terraforming spell in the game. Much better than Flatten, much cheaper than Flatten. Way better than Erode. Way cheaper than Erode. It's either an S or an A tier. S or an A. It can also be used offensively as well when you destroy enemy buildings just by carving through the land. a good point, Sloth, yeah. Single player, you can use it to block off paths and the AI doesn't know what to do. As long as it's not the rubbish land bridge from like Path of the God Chosen, yeah, well, that's different. Can land bridge sink land like your road does? Bin! Stick it in the bin! No, it can't! Bin. I think land bridge is S tier. When it comes to the different spells, like you've got your offensive spells, and you've got your support spells. It's kind of like a support slash alteration spell. It's good. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't want to have to use boats. You guys think A? I think S. I think land bridge is better than a swarm. Yeah, you can make land very, very powerful. I'm going there. Lightning. Oh, baby. Lightning can do everything a blast can do, but better. But more expensively. More costly. Where do we go? I'm just gonna leave it there for now, for a second, and see what you guys, what your guys' reactions are to lightning in an A tier. If the world is flat, flatten is great in combination with Volcano 2 to deal with the enemy base. Flatten. We'll get to flatten. We'll get to flatten. We'll get to flatten. S tier, the sniper rifle of Populous. Yeah, if you want to kill your shaman, kill the enemy, no, not your shaman, the enemy shaman quickly, you've got this bad boy. This is always, you're always packing a lightning, aren't you? You fully charge on your blasts, and you're like, right, lightning. Offensive and defensive. Kill a shaman, get in. Kill a shaman, survive. Good fire warriors and towers. Been in 8-player games. Been everything in 8-player games. Too many players. Too many players. I don't think that's a player issue either. It's 8 tribes on one island issue. Yeah. Easily rechargeable at the mid game. Alright, yeah, we'll go there. Alright. Hypnotize. Hypnotize, the best counter to Magical Shield, even though it costs twice as much plus more than Magical Shield. Twice plus more, no. Magical Shield 5, yeah. Little over, almost twice as much as Magical Shield. But, I mean, if Magical Shield troops are separated, you need more than one anyway, so not a great counter. But one of the counters to Magical Shield. Very good. It can take enemy units and make them yours for 40 seconds. Good when there's a small amount of men. I think if there's a lot of enemy followers, it sort of just, it's essentially just, it's a kill 6 men kind of thing. Lightning might be better. I don't think of Hypnotize as an S tier spell. It's not like, ooh, glad I've got a Hypnotize at the ready. No, you'd rather have something more powerful. But it is something, if you know your enemy's got troops and shields. And it can be a counter to Hypno. Hypno, and then Hypno them back. Is Hypnotize better than Ghost Army? Can be a quick shaman kill with the right fire warriors at the right time. True, but it could be a... You could just lightning them. Couldn't you, Titanic? You've got ears here. It's no good against an enemy shaman, remember that. Good vehicle counter. Ah, there we go. Reese with the... He's thinking outside the box of the normal dynamics here. He's gone for the vehicle counters. Yes, indeed. Magical shielded troops in a balloon. What the hell do you use? Hypnotize is what you use. It's got to stay A then. It's got to be A. I was leaning towards B, but with Reese, your contribution there is, yeah, of course. The balloons. Swamp and whatnot does nothing. Swarm, you got to hope they move over there and hit the units. If you want to guarantee that balloons have dealt with, you've got your hypnotize. Short range though. I'm going to leave it A. Leave it A. Speaking of A, tornado, right? I know, Dalrug, I think this was your favourite. Is Tornado A tier or S tier? Very good at taking down structures. Almost guaranteed to take down a structure, as long as you don't autocast, in which case, nightmare. For some reason, just doesn't. Good at picking up enemy shamans and doing enough fall damage to take off half their health. When it touches water, it becomes a water tornado. When it touches lava, it becomes a lava tornado. Does that in itself make it go S? Shinak as well is a decent incantation. Well, we haven't spoken about incantations in a while, but it's pretty good. Can be used to clear out swarms. I don't think anyone's ever done that ever, right, Tanik? But yeah, you could pick up swarms with it. S tier for skin. Good incantation when uttered by the evil shaman. Yeah, so enemy shamans, when they use it, scary. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm leaning on A then. It's not got that immediate, like, oomph of, like, lightning and blast. Immediately just whacks them. But still a very good spell and one you want to have. But it doesn't do the destruction of other spells. So we'll go over here. Swamp, guys. Swamp, instantly kill 10 units, including a shaman. Can be then, if you use it to kill an enemy shaman in your base, you can then clear it instantly with a click. It costs 1,000 points of mana. 3 maximum charges. If you cast enough swamps, and also they stay on the map forever. If you cast enough swamps, they can override your sound engine, and that's all you hear. Puts training huts out of commission. Great incantation. Otenga. Yeah. Otenga. Very powerful. Powerful. Anyone has a swamp, they're worried. Think of a lightning as a knife. Swamp as a gun. Would you bring a knife to a gun battle? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't bring a lightning to a fight with someone who's got a swamp. You're going to die. The swamp, they don't even have to aim. They can cast it anywhere near your shaman. Unless you're Keith, it's going to connect and kill. The swamp disappears after 40 minutes. No way. The shotgun. The shotgun of Populous. Yeah, so we had the lightning is the sniper rifle of Populous. The shotgun is swamp. Yeah, I like that. I like where you're going with this. I like that sloth. It's got to be S tier. I mean, if lightning's up there, swamp's up there. Also, can kill magical shielded followers at an instant. Doesn't get reflected. Instantly kill up to 10. The perfect counter. And the enemy shaman. Light has more range than swamp. You're going to have to be deadly accurate before that swamp just takes you apart. Like I say, you could bring a high-powered sniper rifle to the battle. But if you miss that first shot, you're getting a shotgun to the face, to the body. And he doesn't even have to aim. The pellet, the spread is just going to take you out. And that is the swamp versus the lightning. Flatten. Guys, I think flatten. Now, I think, wait for it, the incantation is crap. Okay. It's so crap, I can't even remember it right now. Like, what the hell is flatten? It's quite expensive. It's nearly twice as much as a land bridge. Hello, Brian, mate. And the range is pretty rubbish. I mean, all you're doing is making the land go, Like, if it's on high ground, it goes, If it's on low ground, it then goes, If you're making land with it, you're mental. You've got land bridge. It's crap. Laniato? That doesn't sound right. B rank Doom? C tier? It's a good idea, but not good to use it as vanilla. Inca would be MS rank. Cess tier? I am right here, guys. Give me reactions. I think Flatten is a crap spell. I don't see the point in it. What were they thinking when they made this Flatten spell? Who is charging Flatten? Who? The only time you charge Flatten is when no other terraforming spells are turned on, i.e. land bridge, or when you've already charged everything else. Very situational, yep. It should be at least C tier due to the destructive potential from low to high or high to low. Yeah, but it costs more than a tornado. A tornado is guaranteed destruction. But I know what you're saying, it does terraform the land and makes it harder to build around, I suppose, but actually devastating in PP? Yeah, I disagree. I think when people use it on PP, it's more of like a meme. Like, oh, look at that, you took the towers down a bit and the land's a bit worse, but you'll get over it. You charge flatten when your settlement's on high ground? Oh, sorry for the yawns, great. If Earthquake and Land Bridge didn't exist, if Earthquake didn't exist, yeah. If Earthquake didn't exist, then you might have a case for everything being higher. Are we considering the version that cancels devastation? So are we considering revival where it heals the ground? No, we're not. We're considering the base game here. No one said anything here that makes me move it from D. You want to lower some land? Just get your shaman a bit closer. Land bridge it down. I feel like land bridge can do everything that flatten can. If you were to choose between flatten and land bridge for any situation, you probably go on land bridge anyway. Yeah, the flatten and land bridge trick. Yeah, that is an option, but again, that's a gimmick, isn't it? I'm going D. Earthquake, guys, Earthquake. The spell you hate to love and you love to hate. It is so powerful. It is so cheap. It does everything a road can do for less. It does what a volcano can do for much less. This is it's just bin it. It's just a crap spell. Not useful. Not useful at all. John, are we rebalancing mana cost here or no? But tier list of what you think the spell, each spell is in terms of. I've never done a tier list. I guess the higher the tier, the better the thing is. Not to mention the entire of multiplayer has been shaped around the damn thing alone. Yeah, it's just. If you turn Earthquake off, multiplayer is like a different game. It's got to be an S tier. It's so powerful. It's ridiculously powerful. It's not even fair. It's not even fair when it comes to deciding, you know what, I could charge a tornado, or I could charge just as I could charge nearly 2 tornadoes, or an earthquake? You know, I'll go with the earthquake, which can sink the land and devastate the buildings around it as well, and create lava, killing followers. Why? It's a random direction, see. Is it random though? I swear it seeks out shamans to sink them. I swear. Earthquake is the most brain-dead spell in the game. Slap it down, destroys 6 huts. Yeah, exactly. It's so powerful. You see people casting it in terrible places, and I'm like, why would you cast it there? Get deeper, guarantee some damage, and then it still does damage anyway. It's like, well, what's the point? It is pure RNG for some cases, and it works. The assault rifle of Populous. This is the assault rifle of Populous. Okay. I'm going S tier. It's easy S. Like you said, it could even be MS tier. It's not MS tier though. I don't think anything's MS tier. MS is just stupid. It is stupid. This spell is stupid. It is stupid. Oh, the PC version? The PC version? D tier? No. The PlayStation version of Earthquake is down here somewhere. It's like right down here. It's gone. Okay, it's gone. It's awful. Truly awful. Erode. Now, the mighty Erode. Erode, what you're thinking is Erode is the spell. Look, we've got Lambridge, which is this icon. We've got Erode, which is the same icon, but it's flipped around. It's vertically flipped. And it has 2 fewer charges, which means it must be even better, right? It must be even better. This thing sinks the land. This sinks the land, right? This creates land. This sinks land. You cast this on water, land. You cast this on high ground to high ground, high land. You cast this on the land, it moves a bit. You cast this on high ground, it moves a bit more. Garbage. Actually, the worst spell in the game. It costs more than an earthquake. It costs half as much, more than half as a firestorm. This is the shittest spell in Populous Civicating by far. You can cast 2 of these and sink 1 hut. Garbage. It's in the bin. It's in the bin. It's in the bin, Jimmy. It's in the bin. Get rid of it. Now, the Erode that was on level 10 of the Co-op campaign, that bad boy's up there. That is an Erode worth having. However, that's not the normal Erode. The normal Erode is binned. Never, ever worth charging. Okay? Never. Never. Don't even think about charging Erode. You want to sink some land? Flatten. Right? You're better off going with flatten. Firestorm. Firestorm is a good spell. This is a good spell. This is a good spell. This bad boy scatters men, kills men, terrifies the shaman, destroys buildings. Doesn't alter the land like an earthquake does. But you charge this bad boy up, a bad boy, to get into a base and cast those earthquakes. Guaranteed destruction. If the enemy shaman's dead and you've got a firestorm, shit's about to go down, right? Shit is about to go down. Unless you're the player that casts it on towers, in which case, bin it. You've spent 4,000 points of mana on towers. Useless against towers. Useless. Firestorm's the A10, it's a minigun. It's the AC 130, I reckon. It's the AC 130 of Populous. A bit expensive and people in multiplayer always waste it for no reason. Yeah, that is so true. We've seen so many times people just cast it in the worst places. Hello, Melon. Melon's joined the chat, disagreeing with some of the tier list. That's what it's all about. It's about disagreeing. So I think we've got to put Firestorm in the... Now let's think about the range. Short range. Incantation is what? 2 Maga. And when you heal it, you do sort of... Your balls go back in your body just for a moment. When you hear that, you think, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Yeah, we'll go... Well, it's got to be yes. It's got to be yes. Its cost holds it back. Okay, you might be changing my mind here. You guys thinking A? Maybe? Yeah, it is expensive. Yeah, well, you mentioned it. It's not something you go to, is it? If you got mana to charge, you're going to go 2 Earthquakes first, aren't you? You'd rather go 3 Swamps than a Firestorm. Yeah, you might be right. Alright. Alright. Alright, we'll go here. I think A is good then. Yeah, you've changed your mind. I think you're right. I think you're right. Angel of Death. C tier. C tier. Expensive. Very expensive. In the bid. Very expensive. Got a good incantation. We're giving that good incantation. But it's very expensive. And ultimately, it's a bit underwhelming.
How has it been 38 months? 38 months?
It's a long time, Melon. Thanks for your 38-month support, buddy. Yeah, easily countered by a few ghosts. Easily countered by a number of fire warriors. The only thing it's got going for it, is when it seeks out enemy shamans and then maybe gives you the opportunity to get into the base because the enemy shaman's there. But that's a lot of mana to do that. You do get a dragon. True. You get like a pet dragon. The only problem is the cost, but especially the ghosts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can kill like what? 10 followers? If... Wow. It might destroy a few buildings as it gets the men out of them. Alright, they're easily repaired. It's not difficult. First time an encounter in single player gives it a boost. That's true. The first time I remember as a kid on level 5 PlayStation, when you don't know it's actually a spell at that point. Thanks for the follower there, Salman. You don't know it's actually a spell. You just see it from the gargoyle and 5 come out at once. You think, Christ, that is terrifying. Then later on you do realise it's a spell. And it's not as good. 30 followers? No way! Maybe if a base is, like, not defending itself. No way. Volcano! I think, despite its ferocity, its amazing incantation, the fact that this is like the spell, you've cast a volcano on an enemy, right? You've cast a volcano on an enemy. It's changed the land, it's created loads of lava, it's potentially killed lots of men. I think it's a B tier, because it is very expensive. Now, this is probably the multiplayer brain, because it costs way too much in multiplayer to justify, and doesn't do that much damage. If the enemy player runs their men, all it really does is potentially destroys 4 huts. Because they run all the men away, because it takes a while before the volcano rises and then erupts and then the lava runs. They've ran all the men away. Once it's finished, they run them all back. They just rebuild what was damaged from the lava. And then within like 90 seconds, 2 minutes, it's as if the volcano never happened. Where the volcano is, there will land bridge up to it perhaps. and then after a few more minutes, when the land recovers, they'll tower it up, and they've got a fortification that was way better than it was before. It's just... It's not that great. It used to be very good, and single-player-wise, good spell. Very good. AI doesn't know what to do. They lose all their men. But... well, looking at it through the lens of someone who's played for a long time, and I guess this is the way we're balancing the tier list in general, is how we're thinking about it when you're playing against other players. B tier. I would rather have a Volcano than an Angel of Death. Let's put it that way. It feels like a win more spell. If you're in a position where it's useful, you probably do win. Yeah, probably. I think that's how it is, especially when you think of the map Pressure Point Online. Nobody charges that. But if it has been charged, it's because they're going to get deep in and finish them off. It does make you like a god, and you stand on it when it... yeah, you cast it on yourself, and then you raise up with it, and the lava seeps out. Perfect. Yeah. I agree with that. That is... it's probably just the best spell to make you feel like a god. Alright, now we're at the guest spells and the odd revival editions. Bloodlust. Are we thinking about this if we charge them? Or if we get them from a Stonehead? You guys let me know. Are we charging these? Which is more expensive than anything else? Or are we getting them as a spell? From like a Stonehead or a Gargoyle, whatever. Bloodlust, to put it in as simple terms, Bloodlust is 10,000 points of mana. Volcano is 8,000. So you've got 8,000, 10,000. Blasts is 100, okay? So you could charge 100 blasts or a Bloodlust. Bin. The pathfinding at level 16 is horrible. Yeah, any map that's quite large, then pathfinding is atrocious. You think Stonehead, Dalrug? Go the Stonehead route. I think... without the mana... If you ignore the mana costs... like, Bloodlust and Teleport should be S tier, right? Because they make your followers invulnerable to certain spells, extremely powerful, able to kill enemy followers and shamans very easily. Whereas Teleport's like, I can go wherever I want at an instant and then cast anything immediately after. I can teleport to the middle of an enemy base, cast me spells, and then job is a good one. If you ignore mana cost, then isn't EOD as well. Yeah, I'm only ignoring mana cost for the guest spells because in the original campaign you don't charge them. They're only... you only pray for them. And on multiplayer, you have to activate them as a host option. So they're not normal spells. This is the way I'm looking at it. They're not normal spells. If we were looking at these as you had to charge them, it's so expensive. I think you would move Bloodlust down. Like 10,000 mana for one Bloodlust is probably B. 10,000? Like, Magical Shield's 500. That's 10,000, right? You're not gonna unless you've got thing. This is like the last thing you're gonna charge because it's so expensive. Whereas I think Teleport, you would if you had to charge it, you would put that higher up because the potential devastation with just getting your shaman to anywhere you need to be is more. So you guys let me know. Are we ignoring the mana cost for the guest spells, or are we not? We've had one ignore so far. This is what it looks like if we ignore them. But if we're just praying for them, I think they're both S tier. But if we ignore the prayer, I'm going there. Okay. Now bear in mind, Bloodlust has no incantation. And now it does that. Can't ignore mana. Okay. One for non-ignore. Bloodlust warriors survive volcanoes in EOD. They survive Angel of Death. Don't know if they survive the lava. Depends on how long the lava's there for me. No, I don't know. They have incantations in 1.5. Do they? Teleports. Man. Well, Bloodlust's just like getting attacked. It's a scream, isn't it? Lava deals 33% of the health. Okay. I think they do try it. Added them all from the spells. Inca. What is this? Where did you get the noises from? I heard the magical seal run earlier. I was like, what the hell is going on? Stop adding incantations for the spells. And upgrade the build so I get a sound output that I don't have to keep changing. Please. Please. The Bloodlust cast was a bug. Really? Explain more. What's the actual incantation then? I didn't know that. So when you cast a Bloodlust in the normal games, the shaman goes, huh? What was the actual incantation? That was a bug. That's actually very interesting. I've never seen this skull spell in my entire gameplay of Pop. What does it do? It's Bloodlust. It makes sure men don't know the numbers, but they were a lot stronger, they were a lot faster. Very powerful. Like one Bloodlust warrior can kill like 10 normal warriors or something. Something stupid. No, I'm going to ignore the mana. I'm going to go Armageddon. There was an incantation for Bloodlust, but there's a list of spells, and it overflowed from the blue spell cast to the enemies. And it just lined up with the enemy's shaman screen. Alright, so what did you give it? Did you give it an incantation? What did you give it? Unused sound sloth. Yes, I know there was an unused round of the shaman, enemy shaman falling, which I know Inca there in chat added as well for that. Are we on the beer? Peace Kid? Is it a Friday night, mate? And is it Populous? Yes, we are. I'm almost out. But thankfully it's helped with the back pain a little bit. It's still there though. Alright. Armageddon. Hear them in all glory. Armageddon, right? Where is Armageddon? Armageddon. Risky spell. Ends the game. Puts everyone's followers into an arena. But not all the followers. Percentage of the followers. And then takes into consideration the huts that you've got. God, I've had too much cider. Into consideration the huts that you've got. So it could go against you if you haven't sort of balanced your base out before you cast it. Situational, yeah. I think Weston pulling the back. Yeah, I've had back pain for so long, mate. Just does me head in. I have to stretch every day, and to be fair, I've been stretching less over the last few days. Last couple of weeks, actually, so I think it's my own fault. I need to get back into it. Lack of fog makes it more powerful. You have a good idea of enemy numbers? Yeah, true. Reused incantation is poor. So have you got an incantation for this Inca, for Armageddon? Or is it still Taka? I think Armageddon, if you were to charge it, and of course we are taking mana costs into consideration in this tier list, you've got to be confident that you're going to win. You're not going to charge an Armageddon, which costs loads of mana. You're never going to charge that unless you're already certain you've got the win. Okay? All right, Melon. Okay, Melon. Sorry, Melon. Sorry. 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 Okay, I'm sorry, Melon. Sorry. Has its own too. What's it sound like? Come on. Yeah, we're charging it, Dave. We're charging it. So I think it's crap. I think it's very situational, and the only reason you're charging this is if you know you're going to win and the enemy is just turtling up. And you're like, bugger this, I'll charge Armageddon. I think D. I'm not saying the spell itself is a D. I'm saying everything around it is a D. So if you were to get this from a stone head, game changing, okay? If there's a stone head with Armageddon on, game changing. Huge. We maybe move up to a B if you're charging it. If you're not charging it, if we're worshipping it. But because we have to charge it for 10,000 points of mana, nah. No way. It's another win more spell, yeah. Bit like Volcano, I think. D works for you, Salman. You've pulled your back lifting 15 kilogram bags of dog food daily. Don't tell people you do that. Say you've been deadlifting in the gym or something. They'll respect you more. Alright, these two spells are from Forge Worlds, but they're here because they have been implemented into the Revival custom mode. So the hill creates a little hill, and the trees create a few trees. I don't really want to do these. Do I need to do these? I'm not going to do these. I'm not going to bother with these. This is the original game. This is the original game. This is the spell list. Now, taking one last look at the spell tier list we've just created. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on this tier list? This is the first tier list I've ever done in my life. What do you think? Is this... good? We all have our opinions and will disagree with a few things, but on a whole, could you say, yeah. So you agree with everything except Swarm. So you think Swarm should be higher? You think Swarm should be higher? Lower? You think Swarm should be lower than A tier? Wow. Where do you think it should be, Melon? Because that is a big shout. Salman doesn't think it's that great either. Alright, okay. I think Swarm is massive. I think Swarm is very important. I don't think it's lower than an A. B. Alright. Teleport above Ghost Army. It's certainly powerful, but not so much more expensive. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but in the same way, you could say Firestorm's so much more expensive than Ghost Army as well. I'm trying to balance it out in terms of where you are in the game as well. So if you're like in the late of the game, Ghost Army, not as good as a Firestorm or a Teleport. Teleport's going to get you into the base. Like we've got Convert in A, but if we were to have Convert for like the period of a 60-minute game, it'd be in the bin, wouldn't it? Because you only use it for the first minute, really. My opinion shouldn't be taken that seriously, given that I'm still more or less a noob. Swarm is easily A. Yeah, I think it's got to be A. That's why I thought when you said you didn't agree, I thought you meant it was higher, because it is a good spell. If you were playing a game and you could pick one of those 2 spells to bring, which would you pick? Between a swarm and between a teleport and a ghost army? Depends on the map. Honestly, that's a good question. And honestly, I'm leaning towards teleport. I could live without ghost army if I know I have the option of teleporting into my opponent's base. Because Ghost Army is typically used, I mean, you do use it for shaman battles, and you might use it for defense, and maybe some deception. But ultimately, you're using it to clear out towers and try and get into an enemy... Excuse me, get into an enemy base. You don't need that if you got a teleport. Teleport feels like a win more spell. Yeah, I'll maybe disagree with that one. Depends on the map size. Yeah, exactly. Save or download. What does this do? Oh, you can download the image. I don't know if it downloaded. I'm in full screen mode. Enough fireworks you can counter teleport to? Well, if you know where they're going to teleport to. I'm going to cast up yawning. And if you're afraid of the teleport that's coming, you're going to be filling your whole base with fire arrows, lowering your mana generation. You're in the head. You're in their head. But that is something we can actually do now. With that mod we were just using before, you can actually have restrictions different for different players. So we could theoretically have games where, right, I would like these spells, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to have these spells. And we'll see who would win. That's actually quite an interesting idea for a little show match of some kind. Putting thoughts in my head. If we can figure out what 2 spells people choose from, like, do you want Blast? Or do you want... Which one was it? Was it Magical Shield? Do you want Blast or do you want Magical Shield? Do you want Lightning? Or do you want Land Bridge? Do you want Swamp? Or do you want Earthquake? Do you want Hypnotize? Or do you want Tornado? Do you want a Swarm? Or do you want a Firestorm? Give people 20 points to pick their spells. That's a good idea as well. Like, we'd have to assign points to the spells, wouldn't we? Oh, man, you're onto something here. Like a little tournament, isn't it? Yeah, we have done... Yes, Titanic, we've done that, but we'd have to assign the points to each tier. Oh, there you go. D tier is 1 point. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. Then after one... Yeah, exactly. Ah, yeah, that's a good idea, that. That's an interesting tournament idea. What's an erode cost in this instance? Do you get it? Is erode free? If you choose erode, you get a point. That's 3 spells from S tier, 3 from A tier, 2 from B tier. No, I like the idea of giving people points and then telling them to choose which they want. So this is like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, you'd need a bit more, wouldn't you? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then come up with a total which allows them to get a decent amount. So if you had like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, so you can get like 5 from there would be 30 points, wouldn't it? Erode is so satisfying on hilly maps. Get out of here. Get out of here, Reese. Wasn't Reese, it was Peace. Reese and Peace. 20 is good. 20 wouldn't be too good if you had them high up. This was 7. These were 6. You'd get like 3 of these, that would be it. Be no spells. People thought to pick Blast and probably convert. Depends on the map though as well, doesn't it? You could have different maps, so you have the map come up and then you choose your spells based on the map you've got. So if you've got like a smallish map where there's maybe only 15 wild, and you're going, you know what? I'll pass on the wild. I'll pass on the convert in favor of a spell that's more useful for the whole game, and I'll risk having a bad start or a slow start in the hopes that, you know, I'll have a big spell later on. I think this is a good idea, though. I think we're onto something here. I really do. Teams, yeah. Ah, man. Potential now, Divinity. The potentials are there. Titanic, you're onto something, man. These points. Yeah, like a 2 versus 2. And then they can decide amongst themselves which spells they're getting. So one player on their team's got 1 spells. So one player goes Lambridge, the other player doesn't. One player goes Firestorm to get them in. One player maybe goes Teleport. One player goes Armageddon because they're a good madman. And they go for a madman Armageddon strategy. Hello, Mammut. I should plan some sort of stream evening. I'll try to come up with some ideas for this. Then I'll try and contact a few players. Just test the waters. Maybe some 1v1s and then a 2v2. I'll come up with like a fairish point system so you get a decent amount of spells, but you can't choose all the spells, and you... Yeah. I also realised Invis is in D. How come how Craig was drunk? Invisible sucks. It sucks. This is the tier list. This is the tier list, Mahmood. It's been sorted. Yeah, we can come up with some... We try to get the players in. We'll do this on another night, maybe. And then we can witness if it works, essentially. If it works, Bacon. Well, Bacon? He's not even here. So don't tell Bacon I said his name. I meant to say Divinity. Divinity, I've called you Bacon 3 times tonight. I apologise. I've had too much to drink. Bacon's always there. He's invisible. He could be. You're Bacon. Oh, right, I'm happy with that. That's good. That's good. Well, that's the tier list. I downloaded it, I think. I think I downloaded it. But I think we've achieved quite a bit tonight. We've got the tier list, and now we have an idea of a little show match / potential tournament of some sort. Like a team tournament where the team has to decide amongst themselves who's going to have what. how they're going to approach each map. I mean, we're giving a lot of credit here to Populous players because they don't generally plan very well. My back's killing me today. I'm leading over. I'm in quite a bit of pain. I'm like, oh. But tons of information on Magical Shield, Daruk. Yeah, we've done a lot there, so it's going to be good for planning. Now, I'll do do some recording. I didn't record any of that, so I'll have to record. I want to record in 1440 to try and get a 1440 P video for the spell breakdown, whenever that might be. Working it slowly. You agree on the tier list though, man. That's good. I like it. No, I didn't record that, Jimmy. No. Well, I got the stream of it. I can go back on the stream and look at it. I forgot to rate Witching Hour spells. Come on, man. Poison sucks. Poison's in the bin. It's in the bin. Can you bind idle workers? No, you can't. You can't select idle braves with a key. Oh, excuse me. You can deselect. You can deselect your units with a key. You can't select anyone that's idle. You have to use your follow panel for that. Right, guys, I'm going to have to go because my back is killing me and I'm falling asleep at the wheel. And the wheel is the stream. And if I keep driving, I'm going to drive you all into a wall. At high speeds. It's been good, though. And we've done a lot of research. Got my back. Oh, we've done a lot of research. We figured out a tier list. Whether you agree with it or not, that's fine. But I think we're going to use that. Let's go forward and try and create some little show match of some kind. Yeah. Thanks, Titanic. It's nice to have you along for the whole ride, man. We've had a good Friday night. Cheers, Reese. Good night, everyone else. Yeah, I will. I think I am back next. Yeah, I am. I'm here next Friday as well. So maybe I can even get people to play next Friday, which would be pretty good. So we're at week 2 next Friday. Now my work schedule is changing a lot, which is really annoying. My work rotas are changing soon, in a couple of months maybe, which means I might have to change my stream schedules. But I will keep streaming once a week because it's great. It's fun as long as my back's fine. Yeah. But that was fun. Hopefully see you guys next Friday. If I do get players to make... I'll try and come up with a little stream idea of using those like tier points. If I do come up with one and get some players to play it, I'll put it on the Discord server. Let you guys know. When there's a bloom, there's a clam. Alright, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you hopefully next Friday.